It is believed that the main difference between observant Jews and so called secular Jews is in the performance of rituals, keeping Shabbat, laws of kosher. My experience, however, shows a different area where this difference is much more striking. And checking the official statistics, I saw a full confirmation of my observations. The difference in how people dress, whether they keep laws of Shabbat, and whether they attend a synagogue, pale in comparison with the difference in attitudes towards family and children in particular. Today, in the US, only half of adults under 50 years old either have children or want to have them. Just 6 years ago, this figure was two-thirds. This is a huge statistical change in a very short period of time. In Europe, these figures are even worse. 64% of childless women say that it was not for financial or social reasons, but because they simply did not want to have children. Not only these statistics are detrimental to the survival of a country and to the economy, but mainly they show on the values of society. For the vast majority of Americans and Europeans, the most important things in life are pleasure and career. Nobody will argue that within the Orthodox Jewish community, 100% of adults either have children or want to have them. This is not only because having children is a mitzvah, but also because Jewish life is built around the family. It is not for nothing that people joke that Judaism is a pediatric religion. But the most tragic data is not about those who don't have children, but about those who do. According to Pew Research, 70% of mothers don't see raising children as their main mission in life. Interesting. My mother was a very successful mathematician. She had a PhD. She was a professor in both the USSR and the US. She published her works and edited textbooks for universities. But she always said, and confirmed it in her actions, that we, her children, were the most important thing in her life. It is not surprising that over the time she became an observant Jew. And she said that what attracted her to Judaism most was Jewish family life. To do anything, you need three things: a desire, skills, and most often, help from outside, resources. The Orthodox Jewish community is different in all these three areas. Having children is a mitzvah, and Jewish educational system instills a desire to be parents. This is the first thing. Observant families are large, and children grow up surrounded by younger kids, if not siblings, then neighbors. And they're getting used to dealing with children and helping them. Just by being in the Orthodox community, children acquire skills to deal with little kids. The second thing, unfortunately, I often see how parents who have recently become observant lack the parenting skills that those who grew up in an Orthodox environment absorbed by osmosis. The third thing is resources. I see many wonderful parents in the secular world, and I give them a lot of credit because I know that being a good parent outside of the Orthodox community is much harder. The religious lifestyle has created a wealth of resources for parents, and Judaism as a religion itself provides a million of opportunities that don't exist outside of Judaism. According to Pew Research, the average parent in America spends 6 hours a week with their children. In an observant family, just family Shabbat dinners in one Shabbat take more hours than that. Jewish laws that prohibit using electronics and using cars on Shabbat force families to spend their entire day together. And this is just on Shabbat. I'm not talking about all the days during the week when Jewish lifestyle forces parents and children to communicate more. In the secular world today, we see that there are fewer and fewer parents, and among them, there are fewer and fewer parents who devote themselves to their children. Parents are becoming a minority, and good parents, even a greater minority. And the statistics of problems with children in the secular world obviously reflect that. My opinion, today, the biggest difference between the Orthodox community and the secular world is in the attitude towards family and children.